Hi viewers, welcome to my channel. Today I will make you to learn some of the most important Python data structures related MCQ questions to qualify in the NPTQ examination. Yes, now here in this question consider the following Python code. What is the question? What will be the content of the stack 2 from top to bottom after execution of the above function when stack 1 is passed as an input parameter? If you are going to pass stack 1 as an input parameter to the above function, we need to identify at the end of the execution of this entire function what is the content that is available in the stack 2, that too the content that we have to print from top to bottom. These are the options that are available and the assumptions are like, for example, within this code stack class with the necessary methods are available, then what is the output of this entire function? From this execution of this entire function we have to identify what is the content that is available in the stack 2 from top to bottom. Now coming to the stack 1, if you are observing, so within the stack 1 from top to bottom these many number of elements are available. I have drawn the diagram here, all of you please observe. This is the stack 1. Stack 1 is available here, and within the stack 1 from top to bottom the top element is 14, next element is 35, like that from top to bottom these many number of elements are available in the stack 1. And if you are passing it as an input parameter to the function for the available function, yes, we are passing it as the input parameter for the available function, and within the function if you are observing, the first and foremost step that is available in the function is we have to create one empty stack with the size 5 elements, and the reference variable of that empty stack name itself is stack 2. Yes, I have created it. Stack 2 is the empty stack. It has the capacity of 5 elements. I have created one empty stack also, and at the end of this execution we have to identify how many number of elements are there in the stack 2, that too we have to print them from top to bottom. Here the most important point that you have to consider, stack is always following LIFO principle. LIFO principle in the sense the element which is inserted last will be deleted first. The element which is inserted last insert first out. So whatever the element that we are going to inserting the last, that will be deleted first. And here in the stack we have to perform two important operations: pushing operations in the means we are trying to inserting the elements into the stack, and pop operation means we are deleting the elements from the stack. That the two push and pop operations will be performing in the only one end in the stack, that the end we can call it as top of that stack. In the stack all the push and pop operations will be performing at the top of the stack only. That point you have to keep in your mind. And coming to the end of the first line in the function, we have created one empty stack with the size 5. Now here the next statement is while loop, and this while loop context is available from here to up to the above line of the return statement. This is the while loop content. The condition that was provided in the while loop is while stack 1 is not empty. If the stack 1 is not empty means we have to execute this while loop. Until or unless the stack 1 is becoming empty, we have to execute this while loop. Yes. Now presently the stack 1 is not at all empty. That's why we are going to enter into this loop. Within the loop, the first condition that is available is if stack 1 dot pop, try to pop one element from the stack 1. The first element that we are going to pop here is, why? Because it is the element that was inserted last, 14, and we are going to delete it first. Now the element that we are going to pop from the stack is 14, and 14 modulus 5. 14 modulus 5 means we are going to get 4. That is the value that we are going to get here is 4. 14 modulus 5 means we will get 4. 4 is not at all equivalent to 0, and if it is not at all equivalent to 0 means it is not at all breaking outside of this loop. It will try to go to the else block. Why? Because this condition failed. And within the else block, try to observe what is the condition that is available. If stack 1 is not empty, yes, stack 1 is not at all empty, only one element is deleted, we have so many other elements are there, stack 1 is not at all empty. If the stack 1 is not at all empty means stack 2 dot push off, that means we are trying to insert an element into the stack 2 with the help of this operation. This operation will identify the element, whatever the element that you want to push into the stack 2, that will be decided by this operation. So what is this operation? From the stack 1 we have to pop the element. Yes, we are trying to popping the element, we are deleting the element. The next element that we have to delete from the stack is 35. Why? Because it will become the topmost element. Already 14 deleted, the topmost element that is available in the stack is 35. We are trying to pop it. At the same time, 35 into, here we are performing multiplication operation. 35 into 2, 35 into 2 in the sense we will get 70. 70 is the element we are trying to inserting into the stack 2. That means within the stack 2, the first element that will be available here is 70. Next, within the next statement, if stack 2 is empty, no, stack 2 is not at all empty. If the stack 2 is empty means we have to perform this operation, otherwise we need to check the else condition. Within the else condition, stack 2 dot push of 10, that means we are inserting one static element, direct element into the stack 2. What is that element? 10. Yes, already 70 is there, we are trying to insert one more element, that the element is 10. Now it is the topmost element in the stack. Now we are at the end of the execution of the while loop. Now the while loop will be repeated one more time. It will be repeating until or unless the stack is become empty. Now within the while loop, what is the condition that we are providing? If the stack 1 is not at all empty, yes, stack 1 is not at all empty. Now the similar kind of operation will be performed one more time. What is that operation? If stack 1 dot push pop, stack 1 dot pop in the sense, what is the element that we are going to pop from the stack now? 22. 22 modulus 5. 22 modulus 5 in the sense, what is the output that we are going to get? 2. 2 is not at all equivalent to 0. That means we are not at all break the condition. This if condition is not at all executable. Due to that reason, we are trying to enter into the else block. Within the else block, what is the condition that we are providing? If stack 1 is not empty, yes, stack 1 is not at all empty. Due to that reason, it will enter into the if condition. Within the if condition, we are performing one important operation. What is that operation? We are trying to insert the element into the stack 2. Pushing the element into the stack 2. The element itself is, now this is not at all the element. It was the previous iteration operation. Now the element that we have to push into the stack 2 is stack 1 dot pop. That means we have to pop 10. Why? Because 10 is the topmost element in the stack. We are going to pop it, and 10 into 2. 10 into 2 means we will get 20. 20 is the element that we are trying to push into the stack 2. 20 is the element that we are trying to push into the stack. After completion of this operation, the next statement that is available, if the stack 2 is empty, no, stack 2 is not at all empty. Due to that reason, it will not enter into the if condition, it will enter into the else condition. Within the else condition, stack 2 dot push of 10, we are inserting one direct element into the stack 2. What is that element? 10. That is the element that we are inserting into the stack. Now the while loop will be iterating one more time. We are at the end of the while loop. Let me try to repeat the while loop one more time. Now the condition is stack 2. We need to check stack 1 is empty or not. No, it is not at all empty. It has 2 more elements are there, and it will enter into the while loop. And within the while loop, what is the first statement that is available? From the stack 1, try to pop one element. Yes, 5 is the element that we are popping. 5 modulus 5, definitely it will become 0. 5 modulus 5 in the sense, definitely we will the statement answer will become 0. 0 equivalent to 0. Yes, condition satisfied. Then the if condition will be executed, and we can come outside of this entire while loop. That means the remaining statements that are available in the while loop are not at all considerable. We are break outside of the loop. That means we are directly come outside of the while loop, and we will try to enter into the next statement in the given function. The statement that is available in the function is, this is the last statement. We need to return the stack 2. That means whatever the elements that are available in the stack 2, that all the elements we will get at the end of this function. And coming to the output, we need to print the stack 2 elements from top to bottom. After execution of the above function, we need to identify what are the elements that are available in the stack 2 from top to bottom. From top to bottom in the sense, this is the top of the second stack. From the top to bottom, the elements that are available in the stack 2 are 10, 20, 10, 70. Not from bottom to top. Clearly mentioned. Please remember this point. Why? Because within the output options, you will get the ambiguity. Here, 10 20 10 70 option is available, as well as 7 10 20 10 option is also available. We need to choose the right option. That option will be decided by the output elements printing order, from top to bottom or bottom to top. Here the answer that we have to print from top to bottom. Top to bottom in the sense, top element, first element is 10, second element is 20, third element is 10, and fourth element is 70. The option which is having these elements, that is the right option. Out of all these 4 options, first one is the right option, remaining all options are wrong options. That's all. I hope you got the complete clarity regarding this question. Thank you. Yes, here in this question, given the following stack, we have one stack is there, and the elements in the stack from top to bottom 7 12 1 5 4 2. These are the elements that are available in the stack. Yes, I have taken the stack. Stack 1 is the stack name. From the top to bottom 7 12 1 5 4 2 are the elements which are available in the stack. Now the question is, what will be the updated content of the above stack when passed to the below function? If you are going to pass the stack 1 as a parameter to the below function, we have to identify what is the updated values or what is the updated content of the available stack. Now let me try to pass it as a parameter to the function. The function name itself is fun, and we are passing stack 1 as a parameter to this function. All of you please check it. Here we are passing stack 1 as a parameter to the function, and within the function, the first and foremost line that is available here is, if stack 1 is empty. No, stack 1 is not at all empty. It has so many elements are there. It is not at all empty. That's why it will not enter into this condition. We need to check the else condition now. So this is the complete content which is with respect to the else block. Within the else block, we are creating the first and foremost statement in the else block is, we are creating one empty stack with the size 7. S1 is the reference variable for that empty stack, and it has the capacity to store 7 elements. With the help of stack class, we have created this empty stack with the size 7. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay. Now we have one while loop is there. The while loop content is from here to here. What is the content that with respect to the while loop? All of you please observe carefully. The while loop condition is, if the stack 1 is not empty, until or unless stack 1 become empty, this while loop will be iterating. Stack 1 is not at all empty, that's why it will enter into the loop, and within the loop, what is the first statement that is available? We have an empty stack is there with the name stack S1. Within that empty stack, we have to push one element. What is that element that we are pushing? Here the element related operation is available. From the available stack 1, we have to pop the element. The topmost element that is available in the stack is 7, that we are going to pop. Why? Because in the stack, both the push and pop operations will be performing at the top of the stack only. Why? Because it is always following LIFO principle. The element which is inserted last will be deleted first. As the element that was inserted in this stack is 7, it is the last element that we need to delete first. All the operations will be performing the top of the stack only. Yes, the first element we are popping from the stack 1 is 7, that we are trying to pushing into the stack S1. Yes, the first element that is available within the stack S1 is 7. Now the next statement is S1 dot push of 5. We are trying to push one direct element 5 into the stack 1. Next, third element in the while loop, S1 dot push of S1 dot pop plus S1 dot pop. That means before going to insert the element into the S1, we are performing these operations to form the element, whatever the element that you want to push into the S1. Before going to push that element, we have to perform these operations. From the stack 1 itself, we have to pop the element. 5 is the element that we have to pop. That means here you will get 5 plus we have to pop one more element. Till now, out of 2 elements, 1 element pop from this S1, and we have to pop one more element. S1 dot pop means only one element is there. We have to pop it. 7 also we are going to pop it. Here we will get 7. 5 plus 7 in the sense the output that we are getting here is 12, that we are pushing into the stack. That too, the stack name itself is S1. Now the final element that is available in the stack S1 is 12. Now we are at the end of the while loop. We have to iterate the while loop one more time. Why? Because we have to iterate the while loop until or unless we are the stack 1 is empty. Here the stack 1 is not at all empty. Due to that reason, while loop will be iterating one more time. Within the while loop, we need to check the first statement now. Stack 1 dot push. We need to push one more element into the stack 1. That the element is, we need to pop the element from the stack 1. The next element that we are going to pop from the stack 1 is 12. That we have to push into the S1 stack. 12, I am trying to push it into the S1 stack. The next element is S1 dot push of 5. Directly we have to push 5 element. Okay. The next element is S1 dot push of. Before going to pushing the element into the S1, we have to pop two elements from the S1. The two elements are, first element we have to pop is 5. The next element we have to pop is 12. 5 plus 12, the output that we are going to get here is 17. That element we have to push into the stack. Now, till now we have 12 is the element that is available in the S1. We have to push that 17 here. Why? Because we have popped that 5 and 12 in the previous operation. Now we are at the end of the while loop. One more time we have to execute the while loop. Now the input stack 1 is not at all empty. We have to perform the similar kind of operations one more time. What are those operations? We have to pop the element from the stack and we have to push it into the S1. 1. Next we have to push 5 is the direct element. Next, within this third operation, 5 plus 1, we have to pop 5 and 1. 5 plus 1 in the sense 6, that we have to push into the stack S1. Next, while loop will be repeated one more time. Now stack is not at all empty. From the stack we have to pop 5 and we have to push into the stack 1, as well as we have to push one direct element 5, and within the third statement we have to pop these two elements 5 plus 5. The element that we are going to inserting into the S1 is 10. Next, while loop will be repeating one more time, and within the stack itself two more elements are there in the stack 1. It is not at all empty. We have to perform the similar kind of operations. 4 we have to pop, we have to push it into the S1. Next, one direct element 5 we have to pop, 5 we have to push into the S1, as well as the third statement in the while loop is we have to pop the two elements 5 and 4. We have to add them 9 and we have to add it into the S1. We have to push it into the S1. Now the S1 element will become 9. While loop will be repeated one more time till one more element is there in the stack 1. Due to that reason, we have to perform the similar operations. From the stack 1 we have to pop the element, we have to push it here, and we have to push one more element. There is no possibility to push the element here. Why? Because already all the elements are available in the stack. It is not possible to push. Sorry, here 2 will be available here. 2 is not at available in the top of the stack. Let me try to remove it. We have to push the 2 element here. The next element that we have to push is 5. 5 we have to push it into the S1. Now within the third operation, 2 plus 5, we are popping 2 and 5. The value that we are going to get here is 7, that we are pushing into the S1. Now we have to iterate that while loop one more time. Here the condition will be failing. Why? Because now the stack is empty. Stack 1 is empty. There are no elements in the stack 1. Due to that reason, the stack 1 is become empty. Due to that reason, the while loop will not at all coming into the picture. While loop related content we should not execute here. We need to come outside of the while loop. We have to check one more while loop is there, and please go through that while loop. Within that while loop, If the stack 1 is not empty, yes, stack 1 is not at all empty now. The total elements that are available in the stack 1 are 7, 9, 10, 6, 17 and 12. Now what we have to do? We have to push all those elements into the stack 1. Stack 1 dot push of S1 dot pop. Until or unless the stack 1 is become empty, we have to push all those elements into the stack 1. Now stack 1 dot push of S1 dot pop, in the sense the first element that will be popping from the S1 is 7, that will be inserted in the stack 1. The next element will delete from the stack is 9, that will be inserted here. The next element is 10, 6, 17 as well as 12. Now these are the elements that are available in the stack 1 at the end of this entire function. We are simply doing, we are trying to pop all the elements from the stack 1 and we are trying to insert all those elements into the stack 1 itself. It is the input stack. We are trying to convert all the stack 1 elements into the input stack, stack 1. At the end of this function, if you are going to observe from the top to bottom, if you are going to print, we have to identify what are the elements that are available in the stack 1. The elements that are available in the stack 1 from top to bottom are 12, 17, 6, 10, 9 and 7. This is the right answer. We have to check this option. 12, 17, 6, 10, 9, 17. First option is the right option and we have to check the remaining options. 12, 17, 16. It is not at all the right answer. Next 12, 17, 6, 10, 19. It is also wrong option. 12, 17, 6, 10, 9. Sorry, 12, 17, 6, 10, 9, 7. What about the first option? 12, 17, 6, 10, 9, 7. Okay, sorry, 17. It is wrong option. Now coming to the fourth option, 12, 17, 6, 10, 9, 7. Yes, all the elements are available in the fourth option. From this entire question, the output of this entire problem is 12, 17, 6, 10, 9, 7. That is the last option in the given options. I hope with this you got the complete idea regarding this problem. Thank you. Coming to this question, which of the following statements can replace line number 1 and line number 2 in the below Python code to get the output KCJH? The output that we need to get is KCJH, and here in the below Python code we have two line numbers are available. Line number 1 is available here, it is commented, and line number 2 is available here. Out of all these four options, in which option, whatever the line number 1 and line number 2 is available, if you are trying to replace it with the help of the commented line number 1 and line number 2, the final output of this function that we have to produce is KCJH. Now let me try to solve this problem. The function name itself is function1. It has one parameter st1. That is nothing but the given input string. Now without invocation of this function, it is not at all coming into the picture, and we have to check where is the invocation of that function. Here the execution starting stage, we have taken one string. Within that string so many characters are there, hi hash jack. Series of characters are available in on string variable. The string variable name itself is st, and we are passing it as a parameter, while at the time of calling function 1 we are passing it as a parameter to that function 1. Now this is the line that is representing the function calling, while at the time of calling this function, this entire function will be coming into the picture, and within the function we are passing one string as a input parameter. So here within the st1 we have series of characters are available. This is the st1. Within that we have group of characters like hi hash jack are available in this string st1. Now within the function itself, the first and foremost line is we are creating one empty stack with the size the length of the st1. What is the length of the st1? If you are trying to count all the characters in the string 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, the length of this entire string st1 is 8. We are taking it as a size for the stack, and the stack reference variable is st1. I have created one empty stack with the size 8, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and the stack reference variable name is st1. And I have taken one reference variable result in order to hold the result which is having the group of characters. Actually initially it is a empty string, result equal to empty. Now coming to the next line, we have the for loop is available. In the for loop, the operation that we are performing here, for each and every character in the given string st1, in the given string st1 we have group of characters are there. We are going to take each and every character and we have to check with some conditions. What are those conditions that are available in the for loop means, within the first condition that is available in the for loop, if the first character in the given string which is not at all equivalent to the vowels a, e, I, o, u, then we have to perform some line number 1 operation. If the given character in the string which is matching with a, e, I, o, u means we should not enter into this if condition. Why? Because it is matching with the a, e, I, o, u. Condition failed. Due to that reason we have to enter into the next condition. In the next condition, if the given character is matching with the hash means we have to perform particular operation in the line number 2. After end of this entire for loop, we will get some elements into the stack 1. We have to identify which option is the suitable option to replace line number 1 and line number 2. Out of all these 4 options, option 3 is the right option. Let me try to explain how it is the right option. If I am going to replace line number 1 and line number 2 with option 3, that means within the option 3, within the line number 1, we have to provide stack 1 dot push operation, as well as within the line number 2, we have to perform stack 1 dot pop operation. Now, we are going to try to analyze the code so that we will get the accurate output. The output is KCJH. How we are going to get it means, all of you please check it carefully. Within the for loop, for each and every character in the string st1, if it is not at all comes under the category of a, e, I, o, u, we are trying to push it into the stack 1. The first character from the st1 is h. H is not at all comes under the category of a, e, I, o, u. Due to this reason, we are trying to push it into the stack st1. Next, in the similar format, that h is not at all equivalent to the hash, that means it will not perform the stack 1 dot pop operation, and one more time the for loop will be repeated, and coming to the next iteration, the next element will be I. I is which is comes under the category of a, e, I, o, u. Due to that reason, this first if condition will be fail, and it will try to enter into the next if condition. Within the next if condition also, I is not at all equivalent to the hash, that means it is not at all executing this next if condition also, that means we are skipping I element. Now the for loop will be repeating one more time. Now this time hash will be coming into the picture. Hash is not at all belonging to a, e, I, o, u. Hash is not at all the character that is available in the given string is hash. Now hash is not at all belonging to a, e, I, o, u. Due to that reason, we are trying to push it into the stack. Now hash will be available in the stack. And the next condition is, if the given character, what is that character? Hash. The hash is equivalent to the hash. Due to that reason, we don't want to mention the hash in the output. We don't want to mention the hash in the output. Due to that reason, if is there any character which is matching with the hash means, we need to pop it from the stack 1. Now we are trying to pop it from the stack 1. We are trying to delete the element from the stack 1. Now coming to the next iteration, the next character will be hash only. One more hash is there, which is not at all coming under the category of AEIOU. Due to that reason, we are trying to push that hash here, but unfortunately, in the next if condition, that character hash is equivalent to the hash. Due to that reason, we are popping that hash. We don't want to expect that hash in the output string. We are popping that element from the given string st1, from the given stack st1. Now coming to the next iteration, the next element that coming into the picture is j. J is not at all comes under the category of AEIOU. It is a consonant, it is not at all the vowel, and due to that reason, if condition will be satisfied and it will enter into the if condition. Within the if condition, stack 1 dot push off that particular character. Now we are trying to insert that j into the stack 1, and next if condition is j is not at all equivalent to the hash. Due to that reason, this condition will be failing, it will not enter into the condition. The while loop will be repeated one more time. Now the next character that comes under this next iteration, a, the character is a, which is belonging to the vowels AEIOU. Due to that reason, the first if condition will be failed, and a is not at all equivalent to the hash also. The second if condition is also failed. That means we are skipping that a element, we are not at all considering it in this for loop. Now coming to the next iteration, the next element is c, which is not at all belonging to AEIOU category. Due to that reason, we are trying to insert that element, we are trying to push that element into the stack. The next element available in the stack is c, and which is not at all equivalent to the hash. Due to that reason, it will not enter into the second if condition. Now the while loop is repeated one more time. The last and final element in the given input string is k, which is not at all comes under the category of AEIOU. Due to that reason, we are trying to push that k element into the stack, and k is not at all belonging to hash, it is not at all equivalent to the hash. Due to that reason, this second if condition will be failing, and one more time try to repeat the for loop. There are no elements in the given string. Due to that reason, the execution of this for loop will be stopping here itself. Now coming to the next line in the given function, we have the while loop is there, and within the while loop, what is the thing that we are performing? Till now within the stack 1, these are the elements that are available. What are the elements that are available? K, C, J, H from top to bottom. And this while loop purpose is until or unless the stack 1 is empty. Until or unless the stack 1 is empty, we are trying to pop one by one element from the stack 1, and we are trying to add it to the result string. Actually result string initially it is an empty string, and the first element that is popping from the given stack 1 is k, that we are adding with the resultant string result. K is the element that is available in the result variable. Now for the second iteration, we are popping c element, we are trying to concatenating it to the result string. The third element that we are popping is j, we are concatenating it to the result string. Next, the last element that we are popping from the string is h, we are concatenating it to the resultant string result. And if you are trying to perform one more iteration, all the elements were deleted from the given stack 1. Due to that reason, there are no elements, it will not at all enter into the while loop, and it will not at all execute that while loop. It will come outside of the while loop, and finally it will print the resultant variable. Within the resultant variable, the output that is available is KCJH. Due to that reason only, the third option is the right option. If you are going to consider the remaining all the options, in the line number 1, we are performing pop operation. Pop operation in the sense, we are not at all maintaining all the consonants in the given stack. We have to maintain all the consonants in the given stack. That is the purpose of this entire function. Without maintaining, it is highly impossible to get this output. KCJH, we are unable to get this output. So remaining all options, for example, if we are going to consider option 1, we should not perform pop operation in the line number 1, as well as in the option 4 also, we should not perform pop operation in the line number 4. line number 1. And coming to option 2 and 3, in the line number 1 we are performing push operations only, but coming to the line number 2 we have to perform pop operation to get KCJH, but unfortunately within the option 2 one more push operation is there in the line number 2. We should not do like that. We should not include hashes in the output, resultant output string. We need to eliminate that hash symbols. That means we have to pop them. In the line number 2, the code that we have to provide is stack1 dot pop. This is the operation that we have to perform. So out of all these 4 options, the right option is C. With this you got the complete idea. Thank you. Coming to this question, consider the below Python code. We have one function is there. What will be the status of the output stack after execution of the above code? We have to identify what is the status of the output stack. That too, the output stack elements that we have to print from top to bottom. Out of all these 4 options, we have to identify which option is the suitable option to find out the output status in the given problem. Now we have one function is there. The function name itself is process, and without invocation of that function it will not at all come into the picture. So let me try to explain this function code now. Before going to explain this function code, all of you please observe. First we need to create one empty stack with the help of stack class with the size 5. I have created one empty stack in order to store the output content in the output stack. Sorry, it is belonging to input stack only. So I have created one empty stack. The stack name itself is input underscore stack, and with the size 5, and within that input stack I have put so many elements in that input stack. The first element that I have pushed in the input stack is India, that was available here. Next element is Australia, third element is England, and fourth element is South Africa. In the first line itself it is empty, but after completion of all these statements within the input stack, these many number of countries are available. Totally 4 countries details are available in the input stack. Now I am passing it as a input parameter for the process function. We have one function is there with the name process. For that function we are passing it as a input parameter. After completion, after execution of this entire process function, finally we have to display the output content. What is the output that we are getting from this entire function, that we have to identify. Now let me try to enter into the function. Within this function, the input underscore stack is available as a parameter. Now whenever we are trying to entering into the input function, within the input function, the first and foremost line is available here is we have created one empty stack with the size 5, and within this empty stack the reference variable that is with respect to the empty stack is output underscore stack. It is the empty stack, and within this empty stack no elements are available. It is a empty stack. Coming to the next statement, we have created one counter variable, and initially the value of the counter variable is 0. And coming to the next line, while input stack is not empty, until or unless the input stack is empty, we have to repeat this while loop. And within the while loop, this is the while loop content. Within the while loop, what is the functionality that we have to perform? All of you please check it carefully. Within the while loop, initially the input stack is not at all empty. Due to that reason, within the temporary variable, we are trying to pop the element from the input stack, and we are trying to hold it in the temporary variable. The element that we are popping from this input stack is South Africa, and we are trying to hold it in temporary variable. Within the temporary variable, we have the string South Africa. South Africa is the string that is available in the temporary variable. Now coming to the for loop. The next statement is for loop. Within the for loop, for each and every character in that temporary variable is a string. Within that, for each and every character in that given string, we are find out the count of that character. Initially the counter variable is 0, and whenever we are executing this for loop, at the end of this for loop, all the characters in the South Africa, for the first character the counter will become 1, for the second character the counter will become 2, like that total number of characters in the South Africa 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that all the characters count will be available and that will be updatable in the count variable. At the end of this for loop with respect to the South Africa string, the counter variable value will become, the C value will become 11. Now coming to the next line, output stack dot push, that means we are trying to push one element into the output stack. What is that element that we are pushing into the output stack? The element here is the temp. Within the temp we have South Africa string is there, it is a string, South Africa is the string. For this string we are concatenating the counter variable. Actually counter variable of the type of integer we are converting, we are typecasting it in the string. Due to that reason it will be acting as like as a string 11 plus SA. 11 plus SA in the sense we are concatenating 11 to the South Africa. 11 to the South Africa in the sense it will become 11 South Africa. It will become the whole string in this format. We are pushing it as a element into the output stack. Now within the output stack you will get 11 South Africa. That is the first element that we are pushing into the output stack. Now once again we are going to repeat the while loop. Now within the second iteration it will check whether the input stack is empty or not. No, it is not at all empty. Till now only one element is deleted from the input stack. We have 3 elements are there in the input stack. Now out of the 3 elements within the temp string, within the temporary string, we are going to hold the element from the input stack. We are trying to pop one more element from the input stack and we are trying to hold it into the temporary variable. Now the temporary variable related value is England. It is the string, temporary variable is the string, within that England is the word that is available in the temporary variable. As per that England, if you are trying to repeat this for loop, what will happen? It will count all the characters in the England. What actually initially the counter variable value is 0. In the previous iteration it was updated to 11. From that 11 onwards, for the England, what is the character count that we are going to get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. That 7 will be added to this 11. That means 7 plus 11, the value of the counter will be updated to 18 here. 18. The counter variable updated value at the end of this for loop will become 18. So now in the next line we are performing push operations to the output stack. What is that push operation? Whatever the counter variable value is available, we are converting it into the string 18. It will be converting into string and we are concatenating with the temp string. In the temp string actually we are holding England word. We are concatenating England with 18 and we are holding it in the output stack. Now the next element that we are inserting in the output stack is 18 England. And coming to the next iteration. In the next iteration, input stack is not at all empty and the next element that we are going to pop from the input stack is Australia. And till now the counter variable value is 18. For this 18, what we have to do? We have to add the count of the characters of the Australia. That will be performing with the help of this inner for loop. That operation will be performing with the help of this inner loop. And the count of the Australia is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now 18 plus 9 means we will get 27 here. 18 plus 9. That means we will get 27. 18 plus 9 will become 27. The 27 we are concatenating to the temporary variable. Within the temporary variable we are having Australia is the word that is available in the temporary variable. It is a string. For the temporary variable we are concatenating 27. 27 Australia, that will be pushing into the output stack with the help of this line. Now coming to the next iteration, input stack is not at all empty. We have one more element is there in the input stack. The next element is India, that we are going to pop, and that will be available in the temp now. Now within the temp, the element that is available is India, and with the help of for loop what we are doing, the updated counter variable value is 27. For that we are adding all the characters count of the India character count is 1 2 3 4 5, that we are going to add 27 plus 5. What is the output that we are going to get? 32. The 32 will be available in the counter variable at the end of this inner for loop. And coming to the next line, we are trying to push one element into the output stack. That element is as per the updated counter variable value 32. 32 we are trying to convert it into the string plus the temporary variable related string is India. If you are trying to perform plus operation in between two strings, means it is acting as like as a concatenation. Now 32 will be concatenating to the India string, and that will be pushing into the output string, output stack, output underscore stack. Now it will iterate the while loop one more time. Now there are no elements in the input stack, that means the while loop condition will be failing here. It will not at all entering into the while loop, and it will come outside of the while loop, and the next statement that is available in the given function is return that output stack, output underscore stack. And that too, the output stack we have to return all the elements from top to bottom. Try to observe from top to bottom, in the sense the first element in the output stack is 32 India, second element is 27 Australia, third element is 18 England, fourth element is 11 South Africa. We have to check what is the suitable option that is available with respect to the given output. The fourth option is the suitable option: 32 India, 27 Australia, 18 England, 11 South Africa. And here you should be careful. Why? Because the first option is also similar: 11 South Africa, 18 England, 27 Australia, 32 India. But as per the given output format, we have to print the output stack from top to bottom, not from bottom to top. If they are going to ask like you have to print the output stack from bottom to top, means the right answer will become first option. But here we need to print the output stack from top to bottom. The right option is fourth option. Thank you. With this you got the complete idea regarding this question. I am hoping that you got the complete idea. Thank you, Ananda. If you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel and share it to your friends. Ask them to subscribe to my channel. Thank you, Ananda.